Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Andy, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine, a city so light.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alison Bomba, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, September 25th. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Boy, oh boy, it is another day here in beautiful Frederick. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMDs Morning News Express join us with local news, weather, and sports. I'll go over what's happening in Frederick this week and this weekend, all depending on the weather, for some things, of course. Michelle from Pulling for Veterans is going to talk about a great event with Wreaths Across America. Oh my gosh, it's going to be the first time ever, and it's really, really going to be cool. I'm going to take a look back at Hoth Designs that we featured back in April. And Catherine Farrow and Angie Keeney join me from Basal Therapies and Preschool. This place is phenomenal. I didn't even know it existed. And I'm so glad I do now because I believe they're going to help so many families. I can't wait till you guys hear all about it. Of course, on screen, very soon, we're going to get our Christmas Cash for Kids update for September. All the proceeds from Good Morning Frederick merch gets donated to Christmas Cash for Kids right now through December. So it'd be nice if we could get another $100 a month. We'll make it a $500 donation, which would be good. So please buy the merch, help local charity. We love that so much. Don't forget about our podcast. If you're in the car and just want to listen, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, and other platforms. All right, we are 61 subscribers short of our 1,000 goal. We have 5 days to get 60. That's 12 people a day. If each one of you watching just talks to one actually, I pulled our numbers last night, because I streamed to 8 places at one time. Right now, we are live on 8 different pages. We are on 6 Facebook pages. We're in Everything Frederick and More, the group. We are on my personal Facebook and Everything Frederick Live and Good Morning Frederick Facebook pages, amongst a couple others. We're on my LinkedIn channel, and of course, we're on YouTube. Okay, so all those places is where you can find this stream. However, the easiest place to not only get the stream, but to look at past episodes, pull individual segments. Actually, the only place you can get the individual segments, you can get the shorts, you can get all that stuff on our YouTube channel. So last night, I have to manually go through to compile, to pull the numbers to see where we are. We just topped 155,000 total views across all the platforms. That is just the numbers for the 1 hour show. I total separately the shorts and the segments and all that stuff. But that is just this show. And on average, our show gets 1,200 to 1,500 people per show, which is not terrible. I got to say, there are many other programs on radio and around other podcasts that don't get that many in a 1 hour period. I'm so grateful. I really, really am. Now, if I could just get you guys all to subscribe to YouTube, I would be super, super happy. All right. 5 days to do it. 61 subscribers. I think we can. All right. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick. And if you're like, hey, I subscribe, but I don't know what this show is about, don't worry. It's all about Frederick. So if you either like Frederick, Maryland, or you live in Frederick, Maryland, I think you're going to love it. It's about the people, the places, the things, and all the happenings right here in our great town of Frederick, Maryland. All right. One of the big things when I started this show was to support nonprofits as much as I possibly could. And right now we are wrapping up our collection of twin-sized bedding to go to Sleep in Heavenly Peace. They build beds for kids so no child sleeps on the floor in our town. Love it. I really do. I love it. I want to thank Dorothy Dot, my birthday twin. She gave her twin-sized sheet sets that she picked up the second run to my husband, Ash, when he was fixing her IT, because that's what he does. But anyway, so thank you, Dot, for that. And I really do appreciate all of you who have brought donations or dropped things off or gotten things to me or donated to my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, which you can see that is all on screen right now. So if you want to help and you don't have time to shop, which who blames you? Because what I do is I scour to try to find the best deals so that the dollar stretches farther. So anyway, if you want it $5 or $10, I think I asked for another $50 or $100. Be great. If I could get 10 of you to do $5 today, then I'll go this weekend and we will top up our donation. I will do a photo finish of the final before we have Sleep in Heavenly Peace come and collect. Okay. Really, really appreciate all the help. Now, if you want to drop off at the home of everything, Frederick, the shop opens starting tomorrow through Sunday, and you can drop them off there. All right. Well, let's get the show rolling along this morning. Certainly wouldn't be able to do this show without We Help You Move, our show's sponsor. Whether you're moving across the street or around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts make the process so much easier. Go to WeHelpYouMove.com for more information. They are veteran owned and they are a huge supporter of our Frederick community. All right, let me just see. Oh, I think I've got Bob here. We'll just bring Bob on and we'll let Chris jump on as soon as he gets in. Good morning.
Good morning. The man who's on time, we have rules and regulations. So I am sure Chris walked out of the studio and 18,000 people said, hey, I need this, I need that, I need this. So he's not available right now.
There is no doubt in my mind because I know how things run, of course. Yep. And I'm sure he's either forgotten his headphones and he's running up and down the stairs right now in a panic. But I wanted to bring you on because before we kind of get to all the local stuff, have you been watching or been privy to all of this stuff happening with Sean Combs, P. Diddy, and this unbelievable, just horrifying stuff that is happening in Hollywood? It is really, it's disheartening. It is sickening. I really hope that no matter what happens, that those who have harmed other people just pay.
Yeah, no, I think that this is actually probably bigger than Jeffrey Epstein,
Oh,
and his sex island, and all the airplane trips, because I have a feeling that there's enough on people here, where they're going to sing like canaries, and they're going to open up a whole can of worms on this one, and it is disgusting, and it is, look. Um, you can be, what were they called? Freak offs. You can be a freak all you want. You do whatever you want. If you, like, I'm pointing to Danny, I don't know how to do this on the camera. Pointing to Danny, pointing to myself, pointing to whomever. If you're an adult and you're consenting with another adult, you can do whatever you want. I may not do it. I may not like it, whatever. But when you involve people who are underage, you involve people who are there, not at their own free will, there's something wrong there. And the problem that, people who have money, people who have fame, people who have influence think they can get away with things that they just can't get away with.
yeah. And, I was watching on TikTok, where I get most of my news. Good morning, Chris.
He is.
Bob and I were just, oh, look, you got a different camera view today.
Time.
Yeah. So our computer here that I normally go on doesn't seem to be working properly, so I'm having to use my laptop.
Gotcha.
Just in time for the new company to take over, buy new equipment.
Right. Anyway, so Chris, Bob and I were just talking about the whole P. Diddy thing that's happening. But I watched this woman on TikTok, and she was supposedly, you can't believe everything you see, but she was supposedly a federal prosecutor in Atlanta. And she basically said the feds do not move forward until they have so much evidence that it's impossible. You know what I mean? Like they don't come out like a district attorney and maybe do things before they have all the evidence. They collect and collect and collect until they have enough. And the fact she said that racketeering was one of the charges, which is an unusual, it's not something that is easily placed on people. It means that there's a whole network of people that have been doing these atrocious things. And I really do hope every single one of them pays. And at the expense of sounding old and out of touch, I really wish as a culture we looked up to our people in our community more than celebrities and athletes and these people who may have gotten where they are in horrible ways. So anyway,
well, I don't think that's being older and out of touch. Unfortunately, we've looked at celebrities as heroes for years and years and years now. Back to the Mickey Mantle days, my dad looked at Mickey Mantle as a hero, but I agree with you 110%. We need to look at our law enforcement as heroes, military as heroes, because they're true heroes. And you're 100% right. Listen, they've been following P. Diddy for, my goodness, years and years now, and they're not going to have a huge raid on his house like they did unless they have a massive amount of evidence that was collected against him. And listen, more names are going to drop, Danny and Bob. A lot of names are going to drop of celebrities, possibly politicians, who involved in this sick stuff that was going on. And I've mentioned this to Bob, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when J-Lo was dating P. Diddy. I know they had that whole gun charge thing, but all of a sudden J-Lo left out of nowhere, broke up with P. Diddy. So I wonder if J-Lo kind of knew what was going on at that time, and maybe she's going to have to be one of the ones that heads to court and talks about this.
Well, I saw Ashton. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, Danny.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So I was watching some stuff about that, and there's some very curious things that seem to be happening all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting to kind of watch this from the outside. But a lot of rumor and innuendo are happening. But yeah, I mean, this goes so deep and so high up in the chain of the industry, music and television and movies and sports. I really hope, I seriously hope, every single person pays for what they've done to people, because they're talking about how people were drugged, so against their own will, that they were drugged unknowingly, and talking about how they spiked a lot of the drinks that were happening. And I just have to say, to not that he's watching, but to Justin Bieber and fans, oh, it breaks my heart what happened to him. And I know he's really struggling. And I hope we as a culture support him as a victim of whatever has happened to him. I mean, we've all watched on the stage as he has imploded basically over the past 15 years. And it's just horrible. It's horrible as a parent you wonder where sometimes these parents were, and did they exchange their children to, for fame and fortune? I hope to God that isn't the case, but yeah, anyway.
Well, and again, we all know, and we'll say this because, we have our beliefs and our opinions, but, you're always, innocent until proven guilty.
Sure.
And, we all know that just because it's on the internet doesn't always make it true. But we do know that he's still in jail, P. Diddy, that is, and they haven't let him out. So that's, there's a reason for that. I saw an Ashton Kutcher video somewhere where he's like, he had gone to parties and he's like, I can't tell you that story. I can't tell you this story. I can't really share anything about what happened because I saw some really bizarre things there. The next thing is that at what point in time do you go, okay, I need to leave and I don't need to associate myself with any of this. I need to back out away from it as quickly as possible. And I think it was Chris who brought up, we got to stop idolizing people and start idolizing, virtues and values a little bit. I think we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit as a culture. And yes, I sound like an old curmudgeon, and I get it. But I'm seeing things that in the news. Now, not to say it didn't happen when we were younger, but it's just now more prevalent. It's more bigger. And I think in some cases, unfortunately, it's part of culture, and it's like, oh, it's okay to do that kind of stuff, to be at freak offs and things like that. No, it's not. When you do things to people against their will, when you and again, we're just saying it's not been proven that you're using underage people. There's a whole subculture of sick people who are doing things like that. Again, you want to do what you want to do with a consenting adult, that's up to you. Yeah. You start using other people, and you start threatening other people, and you start blackmailing other people, and you start abusing younger people. I got no use for you whatsoever. None whatsoever.
I agree.
Bob, you said the key thing, consenting adult, meaning an adult who does not get drugged or have anything put in their drinks. Real quickly, and I know we got to get to news, I'm sorry, but it's a popular discussion to have. In the hip hop culture, music, there was a young lady named Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Who was very popular, unfortunately died. But okay, there I am. Okay, so there's a young lady who died young in a plane crash who had associations with. I'm assuming, am I still on camera here?
You are. You're
breaking
just
up audio-wise.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
Can we cut his mic off?
And it must be the Wi-Fi here. But anyway, I'm in the basement. But Aaliyah, who was a young lady who died in a plane crash. She was when she got into the music industry, she was known to be with R. Kelly and was extremely young. And there were rumors going around about R. Kelly, her, P. Diddy at a young age. She was like 15 years old. So we don't know how many of these young people who broke into the music acting industry who have been taken advantage of by these people. Again, speculation. Nothing was, nobody's convicted of that. It's speculation, but you just don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of really strange deaths around all of these people. So anyway, I hope they look fully into it. I hope these people don't have enough power and money to push it under the rug further. But I think it has been pushed under for a long time. And to be honest, I know how, with TikTok and social media, especially TikTok, there are people, average people, investigating things that find out information and share it faster and more accurately than anything else. So anyway, but all right, I've diverted long enough for that. I guess we'll move to local news, weather, and sports. What's happening, Chris? It's okay.
All right. So the decision last week by the Frederick Board of Aldermen to allow non-U.S. citizens who reside in the city to be allowed to vote in municipal elections continues to be a hot topic here locally. Mayor Michael O'Connor was asked about that during Tuesday's edition of the Morning News Express by our own Bob Miller, who spoke with him. I continue to research this issue and heard the discussion and listening to the comments that have come to our meetings and other places. I learned more. I lean more in favor and probably than I do oppose. Yes, he responded when asked a question by Bob Miller if he supports that. Again, it's a big hot topic in the area. Bob also asked him if it was a slap in the face to immigrants who have come to the U.S. and worked hard to establish themselves. He responded, the mayor, by saying the current immigration system is broken. The time that it takes for people to be processed into the country who want to be here, who want to be a part of our economy, the time that it takes for them to be processed through and have not had that opportunity to enjoy the full benefits of federal citizenship is entirely too long, the mayor said. And other news, the residents could use their credit cards for gambling activities at volunteer fire companies under a bill approved unanimously Tuesday night by the Frederick County Council. The measure was sponsored by Councilman Mason Carter. So this local bill would allow individuals in our community to go to various volunteer fire companies and use credit cards to buy bingo cards, tip jars, and any other games of chance that play at volunteer fire companies, Mason said. And finally, charges have been filed against a man who entered Urbana High School last week and assaulted an employee. The Frederick County Sheriff's Office says that Ronald Nathaniel Stewart, 34, of Frederick, is charged with disturbing school operations, trespassing on school grounds, and second-degree assault. He's currently being held at the Adult Detention Center. On Tuesday, September 17th, the man entered the school at around 11 a.m. using an exterior door. While inside, a staff member noticed the man and escorted him out. As the staff member was closing the door, he was assaulted by the suspect, who then left the school's campus. No other staff or students were injured, the sheriff's office. Give it to Bob right now.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting on that story is that, where was the resource officer? And they came in as well. But, I'm glad that guy got punished. Let's jump into sports real quick. Chris works on his microphone maybe just a tick. Orioles clinched their second playoff berth, and they did it by overcoming Aaron Judge's major league leading 56 home run. They beat the Yankees. The Yankees lose 5-3 on Tuesday night. Orioles got their win. Minnesota's loss to Miami helped the Orioles get into the playoffs for the second time. Anthony Santander hit his 44th home run, and the Orioles win. Nats had the day off yesterday. They'll start a homestand, probably the final one of the season, against Kansas City tonight. Girls flag football, Linganore over Oakdale 20-6. The Lancers' Savannah Ingings was 27-34, 254 yards, 3 touchdowns in the win. TJ over Walkersville in OT by 1-0. Tuscarora defeated Catoctin by that same score, 1-0 in overtime. In volleyball, it was Williamsport over Middletown. Linganore down South High. Mount DeSales beat St. John's 3-2. MSD over Open Bible Christian School by a score of 3-0. Urbana blanked TJ 3-0. Field hockey yesterday, Urbana got an 8-0 win over Thomas Johnson. Helena Cullum and Lexi Bistro each had a hat trick for the Hawks, who are unbeaten on the season. Linganore defeated Catoctin 8-0. Lancers had 7 different goal scorers. They were led by Brianna McGarrell, who scored twice. Middletown over Brunswick 6-0. And in golf yesterday, Oakdale won a quad match over TJ, Brunswick, and Urbana. Boonesboro beat Walkersville and Smithsburg. There you go. That's a look at sports. How about the weather? We got some nasty, ugly weather there, Chris Michaels.
Yeah, well, all I got to say about the weather for the whole week, honestly, Bob and Danny, is it's going to rain the entire week. And I'm not kidding around. If you take a look at the weather, just rain, day and night. I don't see any major thunderstorms. Of course, we'll have to see what happens with that hurricane that's supposed to be hitting Florida, the west coast of Florida. So our thoughts and prayers for those who are in Florida. And if you have a roof on top of your house, which most people do, watch out for drones down there trying to take pictures from insurance companies. Oh!
Yeah. And again, want to, of course, wish my wife, it's her birthday week, Danny, celebrating the big, I won't tell you how old she is, but, it's a big one. So today's present was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I do a whole birthday week. So
you do so well.
Birthday week. Yes. So today's, the first day was, I got her a little, you can find them online. It was a air freshener with Meatball's picture on it. So you can get like any picture you can get. I'm going to buy a whole bunch with Chris's picture on it so we can all have him dangling from our. But today, I got her.
Yeah, because not only will it make your car smell good, it'll keep away anything else.
Right. Today, I bought. You could put on the what do you put in your car? The sunshades.
Oh yeah.
So I got the ones that you can fold up, not the accordion ones. I got the ones that you can fold up that are real cool and you can tuck them between your seats. But they each have a picture of Meatball on them.
Oh,
so, yeah. So I got that. So
you're very good.
Don't get an air freshener of me because it's going to smell like sweat, cigars, and a little bit of Jack Daniels. You're not going to want to have that smell in your car. So,
No.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy. I'm glad you. That's a great tradition you do every year, and I'm sure she appreciates it.
And by the way, I'm going to put this on TikTok too, because I told somebody I buy cards, right? And we don't sign them. So I buy the birthday cards and I don't sign them. And I was telling a lady, because I found at a grocery store, they had like a coupon. You buy one, you get one for free, which is great because they're like $1,000 for birthday cards nowadays, unless you can find the 99-cent ones. So we don't sign them. And she knows they're from me. And that way, when somebody has a birthday, then we can send out a birthday card and then she can sign it there. Or we don't sign it. We put a note in there that says it's not signed. Happy birthday. Now you can pass this one forward. And we save ourselves a little bit of money.
That's hilarious. I go to the dollar store, 2 for $1.25. Actually, 2 for.
I guess I'm too dumb to go to the dollar store.
And that's
I have stacks. I got to show you this. Wait.
She stands up and does the show.
She does. Look at her.
I do stand up. I love the dollars. I love the dollar store so much for cards. I buy Halloween cards. I have Thanksgiving cards. Yeah, and I send them out to all my friends. Look, Thanksgiving. You guys might even get one. Yeah,
I like it. See?
It's 2 for $1. You can't beat it.
Yeah, but then if you don't sign them, then you'll know. But if you send them somebody, then the envelopes are ruined. So.
What we should do, Bob, we should get into the card industry for Valentine's Day. We should put pictures of our face on Valentine's Day cards so people can give to their loved ones. Danny, can I leave you with this one thing? Since Bob mentioned his wife, I'm going to talk about my beautiful wife who's probably watching right now. I had said this before we got off air today. Me and my wife were talking about getting a new love seat, and she told me she found a special one on sale. And like I told my wife, I said, baby, anytime I sit in a seat, it's always a love seat. So there you go.
Very good. Well, on that note, you guys have a great day.
I'm going to end it strong. She
can't wait to get rid of us now.
Oh boy. I'll see you both tomorrow.
Good morning, Frederick.
Good morning. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, Lordy. All right. Quickly, we're going to run. I know it gets longer and longer every day. All right. Got some prizes for you. If you'd like to win 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, each one could give you a prize up to $1,000. We select a winner every Friday to get the 5. We got that $5 gift card to the station. That is going to finish on Friday. And then we've got that Tree Trekkers 3-hour Timber Trek adventure ticket, good through June of next year. You can text those words 24 hours a day. I know I ran through that really quickly, but you can go back and pause. Actually, you can look pretty much at any other show and just pause it right there and text the number 24/7. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to talk about all the events, plus Michelle from Pulling for Veterans, a look back at Hoth Designs, and Catherine Farrow is here from Basal Therapies and Preschool. All of that is coming up just after these quick messages.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shattered family beyond compare.
All right, let's talk about what is happening in this great town of Frederick, Maryland. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to make sure the food that they serve is as fresh as it can be. Find them at intensebarbecue.com. That's IN, the number 1, the number 0, SEBBQ.com. And satisfy your meat tooth. And I'm telling you, if you're having a holiday party, call them now, get them booked, let them cater. They can do this awesome nacho bar with pulled pork and brisket and delicious. Let me just tell you, amazing. Intense Barbecue is the place you want to go. All right, the place you want to go when you want to find an event here in Frederick is the Everything Frederick calendar. You can find it at promocircus.com, which is my company. It is embedded there. I'm trying to figure out a better place to put it, but it is a Google Calendar, so I have to put it somewhere. I do have a direct link to it. If you want to know it, all you have to do is text calendar to my text line and you will get it. All right, let's look at the agenda view, which makes this a little bit more bearable. You can see, so today is Wednesday. Tons of events happening in Frederick today. I've put the high school sports schedules on. Again, I think it's very important for us as a community to support our local schools' athletics, because when you go to a game and you purchase some stuff from the concession stand, maybe you get yourself some swag like a beanie or something like that, you are giving back to your local community high schools, which we really love. All right, the Flying Cows have a skills training program that happens on Wednesdays and Sundays at Crestwood Middle School. If you're interested, if your kids like basketball, maybe they just like the Flying Cows, they can take part in that. We think that's awesome. There's also pajama story time at 6:30 this evening at Sieber Arts Library. That sounds like a lot of fun. Bedtime themed songs and stories. Pajamas are welcome. What a great way to finish up the day and get your kids ready for bed. Oh, love it. I love it so much. All right, Thursday, we are hoping that the weather holds for Alive at 5. There's also a lot of great things happening. Corn Maze Adventure at South Mountain Creamery at 11 a.m. Gets kind of mucky if it's too wet, so that might have to hold. If you want to come to Key City Rotary's meeting tomorrow, that's at noon. I'd be happy to take you as my guest. It is at the Arc at Market Street. And I would love to have you. It's a great group. If we, Rotary is all about service above self. So we do some service projects, especially at some local elementary schools like Butterfly Ridge. And we give back to the community as much as we possibly can too. It's another extension of the support of our local community. I don't think it matters the weather. WFRE will have Country on the Creek at South Mountain Creamery. They broadcast live, and you can check that out. And while you're there, get yourself some really tasty ice cream. Or if you don't like their ice cream, maybe you can head to Sweeties and see WFMDs up the creek. Tim May broadcasts live from there from 3 to 6 p.m. So one or the other, or maybe both. Why not? Yeah, and Alive at 5. You're just going to want to watch their socials. They typically post any cancellations by about noon. We hope that it is not canceled. This is the Bruce Gardner Experience, and this is the second to last Alive at 5. If you want to win some free tickets, just head over to North Market Pop Shop's social, their Facebook page. All you have to do is comment on their video that they have posted, and they've got free tickets for you, which is kind of cool. Let's see. What else is happening? On Friday, Fall Fest is happening at Eveready Square and Shabro all weekend long. So Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, there will be pumpkin carving, community art project, shopping, fall-inspired food and beverages, plus live entertainment, all happening at Eveready Square and Shabro. All this weekend, you can attend Fall Fest. Also, this weekend is Frederick's Oktoberfest. That is put on by the Rotary Club of Carroll Creek, I think. And that's a big event. Friday night, the Frederick Fairgrounds, they have music and a lot of fun. And then all day Saturday, you can head to the fairgrounds as well. They have tons of stuff undercover, so don't worry about the weather too much for that. But that event is always so much better when the weather is nice, for sure. If you Saturday morning get up early, you can head to the Mount Airy Lions Fall Yard Sale at the Mount Airy Carnival Grounds. That is from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you like looking for those bargains, saving a little money, you can do that there. All right. We have the Frederick Festival of Flight at the airport, Frederick Airport, 9 to 4. That is happening. 10 o'clock, you have the remote control aircraft demonstration. 1 p.m. is Trooper 3 demonstration, plus a whole bunch of static or stationary displays. You're going to want to head over there. And then on Sunday, let's see, the flea market from Pulling for Veterans, that benefits Pulling for Veterans is taking place at the farm, the MVets farm on 144, located right next door to the entrance to Tree Trekkers. That is happening this weekend as well. They do have tons of cover there. So I'm assuming if it's raining, they're going to put people underneath. But at worst case, you can be underneath the cover if you need. Also, Love for Logan, the fundraising event, Sunday, 11:30 to 6. You can play cornhole and win cash prizes. And it's just fun for the entire family. Plus, you're raising money to help take care of Logan's medical bills, travel, and expenses that have been coming with his fight with Hodgkin lymphoma. So again, we love giving back to these local events that are doing good in our town. Also, to mark on the calendar, October 5th is the Oktoberfest 5K benefiting Key City Foundation. October 26th is Canines on the Creek, I'd like to get them to 100 dogs participating. So if your dog likes to dress up in costume, please register them for that event. November 2nd is the Second Chances Road Rally. Put all those on the calendar because they're awesome. They're going to be really fun. All right, let's talk about who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by the Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. They do massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and they have a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment. The Healing Storm, a place to unwind and recharge through alternative healing. All right, there's a first time ever event coming to Brunswick with Wreaths Across America. And we need your donation to make sure all veterans get a wreath. I say we, I have nothing to do with it other than volunteering. But Michelle from Pulling for Veterans is putting all of this together. I sat down with her to talk about this event. 401 North Market Street. I'm here with Michelle from Pulling for Veterans. Hi, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. You got a lot of stuff coming up, but right now, really importantly, you want to make sure that we can cover the wreaths.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so tell us about Wreaths Across America.
Yes, for the first time ever at Park Heights Cemetery in Brunswick, Maryland, and Old Berlin Cemetery, Wreaths Across America is going to be taking place for that nationwide ceremony on December 14th. I've become the site coordinator. Okay. My dad is was a Vietnam veteran, and he's laid to rest there. Yeah. So quite honored that we can do that.
Yeah.
There's a goal of 255 wreaths total. We're down to 145 that we still need to have sponsored. They're $17 a piece, and $5 of that does come back to a nonprofit organization that I'm associated with as well, called Pulling for Veterans, as a fundraising effort.
So it's kind of a twofold thing. The first is you need to cover the cost of the wreaths for all of the veterans in the cemeteries.
Correct.
So you're saying that's where the 245, but now we're down to one something?
There was 255 total, and we're down to 145 now.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow,
making good progress.
Well, that's amazing. That's great. Okay. And so you can go online to Wreaths Across America.
Yes,
right?
Wreaths Across America /
I think then you can search.
Yeah, you can search, and Danny will put the link on the bottom of the screen that has our ID number on it.
Yeah, so you know which one to give to, and you could just donate. You could just donate to help out, to make sure every veteran at Park Heights, and what's the other, Berlin?
Old Berlin Cemetery, where there's 5 Civil War veterans laid to rest that have never been honored before.
Whoa.
So that's pretty amazing.
That's nuts.
Yeah, once they heard that we were doing Park Heights Cemetery.
And I can't believe, so this is the first time ever.
As far as I know, yes.
Wow.
Well, for Wreaths Across America, definitely, it's never been to Brunswick, Maryland before.
Wow, that's unreal. Okay,
it'll be a new tradition.
Yeah, we love that.
Yes.
All right, so we need to get the money covered for all those wreaths, number one. And then number two, you can volunteer, right?
Yes, on December 14th, we'll need volunteers to come out and help us to place all 255 wreaths. And if a family has a veteran-specific grave that they would like to do themselves for a loved one, they can come out and they can place that one themselves that day. And if they're not able to come out personally, but they want to ensure that their veteran is honored if by chance we fall short of the goal, which isn't going to happen because Brunswick makes sure everything happens.
Well played. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. I know Brunswick will come through for us. And but the family member could request that that veteran gets honored and pay for that wreath, and we make sure someone else that is able to do it in their place can.
Now, when you say Wreaths Across America comes, so they come out?
Well, no, Wreaths Across America will send a semi-truck to the Pulling for Veterans location and drop off the wreaths.
Okay, so they drop off the wreaths.
And then on the Saturday of the ceremony, we'll be using our enclosed pool trailers to actually haul the wreaths to the cemetery for the ceremony. We have the honor guard coming out. The fire department will be there with a ladder truck and the American flag.
Awesome.
Someone will come out to sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Going to make a nice ceremony of it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right, so we need your help That URL is on screen right now. Go donate if you can. If you could do like $150, that's almost 10 wreaths, like 9.5. We just need a few of those, and we'll be at the goal well ahead of time.
Yes, and we'll be set up at Railroad Days in Brunswick for anyone that does not want to do it online, that wants to come see us in person to make a donation or write a check to pay for the wreath.
Yes, that's great too. Railroad, when is that?
The first weekend in October.
Okay, Brunswick Railroad Days. You can go hang out there and donate directly or find out more information about Wreaths Across America right in Brunswick. We look forward to, we're going to be out there. Mama Cone and I will be out there. I think I already signed up. Did I already purchase?
I have you on my list.
I must have just, I don't know if I purchased. I'm going to have to double check.
And
Did I
then
have
that-
to purchase to sign up?
No, you just, not to sign up to volunteer, no.
I'm gonna
And
have to
then
check.
that evening will be the luminary ceremony that Park Heights Cemetery's board puts on. So it'll be extra beautiful with all the wreaths on the veterans and then the
gonna be really
luminaries
great.
that evening.
All right, so we're going to make sure we will kick in our donation if we haven't already. I can't even remember. But we're going to be out there volunteering as well, placing the wreaths. But let's get all of those wreaths paid for those veterans in the Civil. That's crazy,
Isn't
Civil
it?
War.
5 Civil War veterans.
Love it. All right, we thank you guys so much for watching. Ah, yes, Civil War veterans and veterans in Brunswick who have never had a wreath laid from Wreaths Across America. I'm excited to be a part of that. We can't wait to not only volunteer, but we're going to help her get to that goal for sure. All right, one more quick break. Then we're back with a look back at Hoth Designs. And we've got Catherine Farrow and Angie Keeney from Basal Therapies and Preschool. That's all coming up just after this quick break.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can do your windows, gutters, patios, and decks. And right now, with the rain, you're going to want to see if you've got any leaks at all. You want to give Sandra a call, 301-703-2157, or you can email her info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, if you need any repairs or anything done, you get the $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. Remember, don't let those little leaks become big leaks. If you see any dripping or if you think you hear something, give her a call. She's happy to come out and take a look. And if nothing is wrong, then you're going to sleep soundly. But if something is wrong, you're going to want to fix it now so it doesn't become a bigger issue. A&S Construction. And we thank them so much for that sponsorship. All right, we're going to talk about who is making our great market right here. Market Makers is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Why trust Antietam World Travel Service to coordinate your vacation? Simple. They're a full-service travel agency to save you countless hours of online research. They have relationships with suppliers that are going to give you the best value and maybe even some perks and upgrades. And they monitor your bookings for the unexpected schedule changes. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now. Get started on that dream vacation, especially on a day like today. Oh, who wouldn't want to be laying on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean? All right. The team at Hoth Designs is so talented. Shannon Flannery, the founder of the Home of Everything Frederick and the founder of the group Everything Frederick and More. Plus, she's a great real estate agent and designer like extraordinaire. She knew she wanted Hoth Design to do the charging stations at the front of the Home of Everything Frederick. They're in the windows. This is a look back on an interview from April. Here is Hoth Designs. It's Roy. Hoth Design, beautiful tables that you created for the Everything Frederick, the Home of Everything Frederick and More. So tell me, I'm assuming this is what you do at Hoth Design.
Yes, we are a full-time furniture making. We do pretty much anything wood. We can do all kinds of built-ins, tables, countertops, etc. So
wow.
We do a lot of home decor too as well.
Okay. So. I mean, I love the combination for these of the metal and the wood, or the steel and the wood and the live edge kind of there.
Yep. These are white oak. It has a royal blue resin in it to fill all the voids. The steel was made by C&L Welding. They are out of, I think they're Union Bridge, up near Westminster area.
Yeah.
Chris Ayers is the owner of that company. Excellent welder. He does a lot of our steel work.
Nice. Where are you based at? You're based out of Frederick?
We're here in Frederick,
okay.
Right on the edge of Jefferson and Frederick zip code.
Okay.
So we're right there on the side of the mountain. Hoth Design basically just stands for House on the Hill because we literally sit on the side of the hill. So
very good. How long have you been making furniture?
We've been doing this probably since 2018, so what, close to 6 years now?
But I'm assuming you were kind of doing this before and you decided to make it your actual hustle? Or
I had another business and I decided, we bought a house, the house that we're at right now, and the gentleman that owned it was a woodworker, and I've had experience back in way earlier days of my life doing carpentry and all of that, and I was very envious of his shop, so I said, you know what, I'm going to start making a couple things with wood, and
then this is where we are.
And now here we are.
What do your first pieces look like? Do you have any?
Well, I started making cutting boards. That's really what I started doing.
Okay.
I just started making cutting boards and like small little things, and I'm like, you know, people started ordering them, and it just kind of snowballed from there. So.
That's really, really cool. For this design here, I know Shannon is very creative too. Did you guys work together, or did she just kind of say, hey, what do you think? This is what I'm looking for?
I think she pretty much just said, here it is. Do something.
Here's the
Make
space.
something cool is what she said. Yeah. So.
And I do think it's
a lot of people love the live edge.
Yeah.
It's has its place in a lot of the architectural. You can make it, dress it up with some modern stuff. You can make it rustic. It just kind of, it goes with a lot of different styles.
Really does.
So.
What's your number one requested item? Is there one?
Right now is probably bathroom vanities.
Wow. Okay. Wouldn't have even thought of that.
I know.
Okay.
So right now is we've been getting quite a few requests for bathroom vanities. We've been doing a lot of pieces. We are teamed up with a few designers in the area who actually give us a lot of the work. One is Show & Co. Shoshana from Show & Co. We have Mia from, I think she's Whitaker Interiors. She does a lot of, gives us a lot of work. And Rebecca Munster. Yeah.
So. Excellent. What is one thing you've learned over the years, you know, that it's been like an epiphany changing your business? Is there anything like that you've shifted to that you've thought, okay, I've hit the sweet spot, this is great?
No, we are constantly learning. honestly, the designers we work for are teaching us all kinds of stuff.
That this is the hot item.
It's two guys, and of course, they give us the the female, the feminine look on things. So they're totally teaching us constantly. This works with this, and this goes with that, and things we're going, I don't know about that, and next thing you know, it's like, wow, that really works. So
love it.
So
what has been the biggest challenge for having your own company like this, if there's any?
Time, not having enough of it. Capital is always, a challenge, but we work through it. So.
If there was one thing you wanted people to know about Hoth Designs after they see this, what would you want it to be? So this is Levine. This is your partner in crime.
This is Levine.
In making beautiful products. The one thing you'd want people to know about Hoth Designs, if there was one thing you could tell people.
The one thing that we're in it to have fun, and that's pretty much our vibe is, to have fun and make cool pieces and to build relationships. So that's kind of what we like to do.
That's my motto.
We're two dudes from opposite spectrums, and we came together and we just kind of gelled, and we love what we do, and we have a good time doing it every day. You gonna say something? No. Are you gonna hit me?
Well, they say when you have fun, you're not working a day in your life,
exactly,
right? And
exactly.
so as long as you can keep it, and people should understand, this is a two-guy, operation, and so you're not churning out hundreds of pieces of furniture a week, right? It takes time, love, design, skill, and all of that. So
sweat. Just a little sweat right now.
How long would you say, like a piece like this, would take you? Or how long did a piece like these pieces take you?
These took a couple weeks.
Okay.
And it's not so much full-time working on them a couple weeks. It's a process. So, we getting them, shaping them, getting all of the pores and everything, and the resin, a lot of, dry time and, downtime while we're working with it. But
a lot of sanding.
A lot of sanding.
A lot of sanding.
Sanding.
I know you guys don't have any sawdust on you, though.
Not today. Well, I don't know, a little bit.
Where can people find you?
Basically right online. We're on social media with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok now.
Wow.
We're pretty much, you go on our website and you can find us as well.
Is it hothdesign.com?
It's hothdesign.com.
Hothdesign.com. Check them out. Beautiful pieces of furniture, and you're soon going to be able to come to the home of everything Frederick and more, right at 401 North Market Street, and see the pieces. And I hear Shannon told me we might have a couple other smaller tables that are going to be for sale.
Absolutely. We're going to work on a couple smaller tables now, and we'll probably have some of our smaller home decor pieces in here.
Love it. So you'll be able to see it live right here at 401 North Market Street. All right, until next time. Yes. Well, you can see them now. Well, when the shop opens tomorrow, you can. And we do have some smaller tables that are available for sale that they created. You just have to ask if you're interested in any of them, but they are very talented. All right. We're going to talk about Catherine Farrow, an experienced speech-language pathologist, but in the last 10 years of working in a large practice, she saw a huge gap in the care for kids with speech, behavioral, and developmental issues. So she founded Basal Therapies in Preschool. I love when people see a gap and they just do it and they step in to fill it. I think she's going to help a lot of families.
And it's Basal Therapy and Preschool with Catherine and Angie. I'm overwhelmed, actually, right? And I'll be about this. I had no idea this existed. Now, truly, I'm out of I shouldn't understand. I shouldn't know, right? I'm not the target. But as somebody who is a part of Frederick and sees a lot of parents and a lot of families, I feel like I should know. And now I do.
Yeah.
So Catherine, you started, was this like a project in college for you? I wasn't you waited and went, this is what I'm going to do.
I wish I could say I put a little bit more thought into it on the front end. No, honestly, it sort of started, I got some courage during COVID and had been working for about 10 years in the field and decided I was ready to try something different. And one thing kind of led to another. And really, that's the story of our our existence and our history is really just things kind of falling into place and just feeling like the right next move. And so that's really how we got started. Was I wanted to build a place where I could provide services to kids and families in a way that felt productive and just the right way to do things to support kids, to support families. And
so backing up a bit, you are a speech therapist.
I am, yeah.
So that was your specialty. You went to grad school for that. So what did you notice when you were working for the county that kind of really made this important?
Mm-hmm. Well, the whole premise and my philosophy from a therapeutic standpoint is really treating the child as a member of their family, right? Because, in a school system, they're students and they're part of a classroom, which is sort of their family. But having kids of my own, I realized just because they're 6 or 7 doesn't mean that they're independent. And so creating a place where we could really hear the concerns and the priorities that families have and be able to support them in helping their own children was just so important to me.
Yeah, because I can imagine you can't take, when you're giving a child therapy or any therapeutic anything, removing them kind of from the family to help them and then putting them back in this family doesn't seem very smart, to be honest. It's kind of this is what people are doing this, but so your idea was to kind of have a place that the child can kind of get this holistic help,
yep,
as well as the family supported, and you accept insurance, which is not great for you as a business person. Wonderful for the families, I'm sure, because anytime a long-term therapy is needed for anything, it's hard.
Yep.
So you have been with her for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And so your role here is?
I'm the director of our preschool program, and I also serve as director of operations for everybody.
Yeah. So you have a preschool as well. So, and how old can kids enroll in the
2?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a 2-year-old class, either 2 days or 3 days a week. So that's offered 5 days a week. And then we have a 3s class that is 3 days a week. And then we have a 3-4 combined class that's offered 5 days, full days.
And how wonderful, really, for parents. I can only imagine that not only are the kids here in a safe environment, but they're getting, it's not babysitting, right? They're getting help. They're with kids that you're not getting the notes home that your child is this or your child's disruptive or this is happening. I mean, as a parent, I can only imagine the feeling of relief, really, that their child is getting supported, getting tools, and having something that they can enjoy. I would imagine that's pretty life-changing for a lot of people.
For sure.
Yeah. And then you added, so you have the speech therapy, you have the occupational therapy. You also have the mental health component, which you were sharing with me, that is a big one that is left out of a lot of other types of practices. To be honest, it's the first time I've ever heard of the mental health component being included, but it makes so much sense, right? So
for sure.
How does that work? When a child comes here for therapy, does it automatically include all of those components, or you guys decide based on what they're here for?
We decide primarily based on what the parents' concerns are. But no, not every child is enrolled in therapy, in all of the different therapies. We do have some kids who are seeing more than one therapist, of course, which is really great for collaboration. As we were discussing, there's also a lot of siblings who are seen either by the same therapist or different therapists. And then we also have some families, parents and grandparents who actually work directly with the mental health team, even without the child present, to really try to have that holistic, collaborative relationship so that the parent really is the one helping the child, because they're the ones that live together.
Right.
You know, we can do our best in the time that we are working directly with the clients, but ultimately we want the differences to be made in their real life with their people.
Again, I think I don't understand why it's not done more frequently, because, you know, in a 1 hour session, you're seeing the child for an hour and you're missing this 23 hours of the day, 7 days a week that the families are, you know, trying to navigate. Right. And so to not get that information seems kind of silly.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I hope this is like groundbreaking for the future. Not that I want you to have any competition, but so your biggest challenge, you were telling me, is providers. So the shortage or the time period of people who are entering the field, getting certified, getting their license, and being able to get here is seems to be a long, drawn-out process.
Yeah.
And you have to be licensed in Maryland, right? So it does require people who are licensed in the state. What can the community do to help and support and spread the word about that this opportunity exists, or is that something even you want? Like, how can we help you?
Yeah, I think just getting our name out, because we know that some families who are finding us, you know, over 4 years into operations have never heard of us before, which we can then, you know, imagine that that's also how some providers that may live local, may work locally, and may work in another part of the state may not even know that we exist. And I think a big thing for us is just how we operate and what our philosophy is, and how we really embed our values and the impact we want to have on families and on the community into all how we operate, all of our decisions. And so I think just kind of getting our name out there so people can learn more about who we are and what we do, because there are a lot of, you know, appeals to being on a team where the therapists can really decide what's best for the kids and the families and really just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the autonomy that providers have here, the collaborative nature, the ability to brainstorm with other providers, the freedom to kind of do and then, you know, and then get supported. I think that's amazing. Like, I can't imagine the door not being rung down with people going, oh my gosh, I want that in my career. I mean, every day you would at least leave here going, oh my gosh, I was able to really make an impact. And it's not just this kind of, I don't know, in and out sort of thing. I don't know. All right. So if there was one thing you wanted families and people to know who are watching about basal therapy and preschool, what would it be?
I think the biggest point for us is that everybody that works here really cares about every client and every family. We genuinely want what's best for the kids and for the families. And sometimes with the population we work with, the progress is slow, but we make sure to help the families see it and celebrate it, because taking those steps forward is really, you know, it's so rewarding, keeps us going, and it gives families hope.
Yeah, and what I can't think of a greater gift for some of these families to have that cheered along with them, and not kind of like this endless, you're miles away, and not having any of those things to celebrate along the way, even though they may be small wins. But I think that that's great. And you feel it immediately walking in, like you really do. I think that this is a great place. So if you have children, up to what age? It doesn't matter. You don't care.
We serve babies all the way up through high schoolers.
Yes.
And even some young adults, depending on the situation.
Okay. So, so this is all speech, behavioral, I would imagine, and occupational therapies, all in one space. please reach out. These ladies are here to help and to guide you. And if they can't help you, I know that they will try to find somebody who can, but it's a great place to start.
Yep.
Awesome. Great to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I don't think I actually mentioned they're right next to Rockwell Brewing, right on Broadband, I think is what it's called. It's right off Monocacy Boulevard near the new Goodwill Service Center area. They're right there. Actually, literally right next to Rockwell, which I said probably was a good place to go when you're frustrated out after work. Anyway, basal therapies and preschool. If you know of a family struggling and they haven't gotten any help, the insurance part, I think, is tremendous. The insurance part is tremendous for a lot of these families. So anyway, check them out, please. All right, coming up on tomorrow's show, Barbara Kirshner Daniel, who recently retired after 17 years of pastoring, and Sonia Bowie. This do-gooder is helping young women to pave their way in the world. We talk about a lot of fun stuff. I can't wait for that. All right. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Remember, we just need a few more subscribers, 60 some. We can do it. I promise. Have an amazing day. Get out there and be great, Frederick.
From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it. Good Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host